Hey, I know that we all have strong feelings around the Karmelo Anthony case and the verdicts. But before you write that post on social media, on TikTok, Facebook, any of those things, make sure that you understand your company policy around professional conduct in social media. You don't want to end up on the receiving end of any type of disciplinary action or a termination. All right?
All right, so when this stuff first started, what did I say? I said all these people running off at the mouth and they ain't thinking about what they putting out into the ether. And when these jobs start coming through, I ain't trying to hear nothing, right? So this lady here on TikTok tried to warn you colors, and y'all don't want to listen. Let me read you some of the comments after she posted this. It said he should have got way more time. What happened to freedom of speech? I don't have a job, so I'm good. I work for God. Exactly, because I'm taking screenshots. What? If my job fires me for my opinion on a case that really has nothing to do with me, then I don't want it anyway. If a person is not performing social media activity while at work or wearing the apparel of their employer, how does an employer have a right to police their employees and their political social media activity during non-work hours? Now, what have I said? These are the people, just like this lady just said, that are not reading their social media policies. And you know what? You can do whatever you want. Let's we not forget that. The problem in lies is when you go viral. Have I not said this before? Everybody want people to see them. Everybody want to go viral. You go viral and you bring something, some type of, or you say something wild, or you're just being crazy, because I'm about to show you some of that. And then it gets to your job, because you know how social media people are. And then they be calling your job, and then they be trying to find your boss or the head of your company to say, look what this person did, look what this person did. Isn't it interesting though? Remember back in 2020, it was okay for everybody to call everybody over George Floyd. Remember that? I'm gonna call. You about to lose your job. Remember all that? Now, because y'all want to be having freedom of speech, y'all wasn't believing in that freedom of speech back then. Like I said, y'all don't be, not y'all, you know what I'm saying. Y'all don't be thinking about down the road, downstream impacts. And when you make decisions on something, you don't think it's going to affect you because you all in your emotions. Let's see what's going on now that I'm not saying is an issue, but I'm saying could be an issue because these people are not thinking. Shout out to the Sassy Straights. They wouldn't do all this for y'all's asses. But I digress.
Why do we have to care anymore? Why are we even here? To be honest, why are we here? What are we here for? Because if we take up for ourselves, we go to jail. If we don't, we die. So it's a catch-22 in this situation. What do you want us to do? What do you want us to do at this point? What? I'm lost for words. I don't know what to do. I got 5 boys. I don't know what. I ain't got nothing to tell them no more. You can't walk away no more.
Rest in peace, Trayvon Martin.
35 years, motherfucking girl.
35 years. He got 35 years.
Somebody touch him.
He got 35. He got 35 years.
And if he was white, he would have got nothing.
We wouldn't even be here today. It would have never been court. It would have never been no handcuff.
I don't have an opinion. I don't have an opinion here.
Just what Karmelo was doing. That's what Karmelo was doing. Protecting his motherfucking self.
Where y'all white people at? Huh? If you love Austin, you would be here. Huh?
Gotta cast it out. Come on, man. Cast it. Give me your help because all that pain. Because racism holds a heavyweight. Heavy. No, I'm not done. I'm not done. Because ain't nobody gonna stop me. Not on one side. You better stand with Austin. Because if he falls, even deeper into hell. Because y'all want to keep sacrificing that baby. I promise you, I'm gonna wake them up. And I'm gonna make y'all stop. And I'm gonna make you clean. You better cast it. Cast it. Because baby wanna cast it. But she don't know what I'm talking about. Cast your shit. Free Karmelo! Free Karmelo! Free Karmelo! Free Karmelo! Free Karmelo!
What's his name? What do we want? Justice! What do we want? What do we want? Justice! What do we want?
The information that the woman stated in the beginning of the video is very accurate. I have already seen that there have been a couple of people now, it's only been a few, but a couple of people where people have posted their information. You know how people don't give a damn about doxing. And they've said, this is where this person works, internet, do your thing, go find, blah, 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 blah. Where it's a judge, I think I told you that, where she said that she would take care of Karmelo and make sure that everything is everything while he is inside, and or with regard to his appeal, allegedly. It was something like that. The point is that people are out here, let me rephrase, women are out here willing to put it all on the line to do whatever in order to protect someone that's putting their livelihood on the line for someone where they just think they know the information. I'm not saying that everything is a lie, but there's a lot of differing stories. Nothing has technically been confirmed. You know, some people say this, some people say that, but it's really all over the place. But with all of that ambiguity, is it enough to risk your livelihood on, your future? Does it make sense to do all this in order for it to come out where nothing is going to change and now it's changed for you and now you don't have a job, you don't have any livelihood, you're now on the TV saying that it's not right, it's not fair, how could this happen, yada, yada, yada. These women out here are wilding. They are looking crazy. Now, I'm all for getting a plan together and putting a pen to paper to determine what the steps are going to be and see what the result is supposed to be. And then if you don't get to said result, what is it that's going to change in order to make sure that the path stays the same and we still have the same objectives? But other people like to just wild out, and whatever they're feeling at the moment, they just lash out and just move like that. That does not work for me. That is chaos, that is chaotic, and it is a recipe for disaster and a recipe for nothing ever getting done. Because if you're working off of what your emotions are, then you don't have a plan. So it's just chaos at the end of the day, which is how these people tend to do things, and that's why nothing ever changes, unless we not forget there's a bunch of women, for the most part, who are out here doing whatever and would not do anything for you sassy straights. You already know. They wouldn't crash out for you unless you're a criminal, and of course when you're dead, because you're worth something at that point. I don't understand why these people don't see, and I am talking Black women in particular, that what you do and all this energy that you put into something like this, if you put half of that energy into your relationship, your baby dad, or a man, period, then I'm sure there would be a lot more success instead of just saying that you blame someone else. It's like they only seem to come alive when there's an issue or chaos or something crazy going on. It's wild to look at, but as this situation continues and continues and continues and they go on and on and on, I'm looking like, but I thought y'all chose the bear. Because none of this is giving bear choosing, if you ask me. But y'all, like I always say, what the hell do I know? Y'all, make sure you hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. Hype this daggone video. Make sure you comment. I see you all in the next one.
Appreciate y'all. See y'all. Never.